Is there anyone who would say they don't remember Hitler or his political party, the Nazis? I don't think there is, at least not in this room. How would you feel if I told you there was a group in the world that shared beliefs that the Nazis once had? You would probably think I'm crazy, right? Well, if you were to bet money that I was crazy, you would lose. Called a rotten oligarchy by Kostas Vexavanis of the New York Times, Golden Dawn is a neo-Nazi organization which has gained rapid popularity over the past year. Today I will go through a brief history of Golden Dawn, their perceived beliefs, and their rise and somewhat fall. As we all may know, Europe has been going through a global financial crisis that has hit Greece especially hard. Greece used to be a place of somewhat prosperity, a beautiful vacation destination that decided to join the euro. But they decided to join the euro, and this is where the problems began. Once they joined the euro, they saw it was a payday. They saw it as a payday, now linked with a stringer. Oh, now linked with a stronger backing power. Greece, as well as others, squandered their money in lieu of saving it. Once the financial bubble of the euro popped, Greece, who had no real foot to stand on, fell extremely hard. According to Ross Douthat of the New York Times, Greece's youth, and only their youth, unemployment is at 60% as of June 5th, 2013. As we saw in Germany, when economic crisis hits, there's always someone who wants to place the blame. It may just be human nature. Greece took a page out of the Nazi book and had underlying rumblings of blaming foreigners for their economic loss. We see examples of this in the 8-mile fence that Greece recently built to block its border with Turkey, in hopes of keeping migrants out. Some have said these are some of the measures that make it extremely hard for migrants to flee Africa and the Middle East. These migrants have instead taken to use dangerous and harsh routes, such as by sea, to flee their homelands. We have seen examples of this devastation in the tragedy of the Libyans who were illegally illegally fleeing their country and their boat capsized at sea. 500 were said to be on board, but so far only 150 have survived. It is thought that if immigration regulations in places such as these weren't so strict, this tragedy may have been averted. Outside of government actions, some Grecian constituents have taken matters into their own hands, acting upon what many see as xenophobic based views. According to Judith Sutherland and Hugh Williamson of the Human Rights Watch, there have been dozens of attacks against those of Afghanistan, Turkey, and North and Sub-Saharan Africa descent between 2011 and 2012. They have expressed that there were many more that went undocumented, and this number has grown momentously in 2013. These actions have helped give rise to the seemingly small and inactive Golden Dawn Party. Golden Dawn began as a small party in the late 1980s, about 1987, founded by Nicholas Michalaoliakos. From the beginning, he seemed to have been on the wrong side of the law. In 1974, being arrested for protesting, then in 1979 convicted for possession of explosives after being linked to extremist activities. The party itself was non-existent with few party members. The political party only held 0.3% in the polls, but it seems with the dire financial crisis in Greece, Golden Dawn ideals were starting to take hold. In 2012, their popularity grew to about 12%, 400,000 votes, and they gained 18 seats out of the 300 parliament when they originally had none. They are third and growing popular political group in Greece. They have also recently opened cells in Greek dense communities within the United States, Canada, Australia, and of course Germany. Subpoint. How are they enacting their ideals, and what exactly are their ideals? Golden Dawn's logo is meant to mimic the Nazi swastika, and they have been seen many times giving the Nazi Hitler salute. Its platforms were playing at turning the tide against drastic cuts to jobs, corruption, and also the mismanaged political parties already in power. Of course, their biggest point was the steady flow of immigrants trying to gain access into the EU, as said by BBC America. Then they gained support with programs to help the poor, such as giving out food but making sure to leave out those who were not of Russian descent and immigrants. One of the parties elected members to parliament, known as an MP, Elias Panagiotaros, told at BBC, Greek people have to protect themselves. Greek society is ready for a new type of civil war. One side will be nationalists like us, and Greeks who want our country to be as it used to be. On the other will be illegal immigrants and anarchists. Golden Dawn's tactics grew to violence quickly over time. A week after gaining seats in Parliament, 50 of its members went riding motorcycles through Grecian towns with wooden poles and shields, with their swastika-like symbols terrorizing immigrant-owned businesses, telling them, "You're the cause of Greece's problems. You have 7 days to close or we'll burn your shop, and we'll burn you." So said by Mohammed Irfan, a legal Pakistani immigrant, who he told this is what he. Other witnesses say the party is Führer-like, sending out commands from the heads of the parties, sending out hit squads of which terrorize immigrants. Supporting Puebla. Since 2012, there have been 258 racist attacks and 2 immigrants killed in Greece, as reported by Greece's Racist Violence Reporting Network. All of these acts have been attributed to Golden Dawn Party. One woman anonymously told BBC that she attended a meeting after being harassed by an immigrant. Once inside, she saw many clubs and shields, along with paraphernalia. Everyone stood at attention when the meeting began, and once it did, she said they spoke of beating up gay and dark-skinned people. She then began to cry as she recanted the offers one member made to her. She stated, "A party member came to visit me. She says he made me an offer. He could break someone's arm and leg for 300 euros and set a car on fire for 100 euros and put someone in the hospital for 1,500 euros.